Now, as we continue with the Tao Te Ching, chapter 4, the last few lines, this will be this will be Tao 4, number 6, and will be in the Tao folder. So I told you before we're going to use this one by Derek Lin, and Derek Lin is especially good at this because of his English and Chinese scholarly understanding. So he can put Chinese and English back together more than some of the others that we have talked about here. Plus, what he does is he has translation itself on one side of the page. Then on the other side here are notes. Now, these notes explain things better than some of the others do. So let's get into some of this and we will see how it goes. First of all, here is what he says. Now, by the way, when there are notes referring to a line, there will be a number after it, as you see right there. So here are these notes, and we'll read the lines and then the notes. So indistinct, it seems to exist. I do not know whose offspring it is. His image is in the precedenter of the emperor. Now, so distinct is not. Let's read number 3 first, because this is a very important note here that he has on the other side of the page. So this will give us some idea of what that means. It says, the instinctive nature of the Tao refers to the fact that we cannot perceive it directly. We can only observe its effect on the world, just as we can see the effects of gravity, objects falling, but never gravity itself. Very good example. Now it says, I do not know whose offspring it is. Now, here is his note on that. We do not know how the Tao came to be, or whether it came from anywhere at all. Does the concept place have any meaning without the Tao? Does the ultimate source have a source? We cannot say. We cannot pretend to have all the answers. And then the image is the predecessor of an emperor. Now, the word emperor, again, other translations don't like that word. Here's his comment. Emperor in this line refers to Yudi, the Jade Emperor. He is the ruler of the universe and supreme deity in ancient China mythology. Lao Tzu is saying that the image of the Tao precedes even such a being, because any principle that governs the divine must, by definition, be part of the Tao. Therefore, the Tao has to be already present before anything like a supreme deity can manifest existence. There you go. Now, you notice these notes, how they help us to get a deeper understanding than even some of the others. You get to see the Jade Emperor now, and that's a whole separate thing one can get to read all by itself. But that's the supreme deity of ancient China. So this is the supreme deity as the Chinese knew it. Therefore, Lao Tzu, who wrote the Tao Te Ching, would have also known of this supreme deity. But dealing with the Tao, as you see, he says the Tao must have already existed before anything like a supreme a deity could manifest in existence. Similar to the other one, the Clark woman who wrote that. So you see, the idea of deity does exist in the Tao Te Ching. It does exist in the mind of Lao Tzu, who wrote the Tao Te Ching. And yet, it is not without a previous manifestor so that its existence could come into being. This gives us an idea of what's different about the Tao Te Ching from our Western concept of deity or God or gods. And so we find here why the Tao Te Ching is different than any other book in the sense that it combines things that haven't been combined in any other books. That's why I consider the Tao Te Ching, especially Chapter 4, one of the interesting things to read from a theological and mystical perspective.